Welcome. I'm Halcyon, and this is Hug Nation's Belief Buffet. Today I want to talk about open source living. Basically, that dilemma between like holding on to what's mine and feeling joy from sharing with others. As I said that right now, it's kind of like a polyamory thing, like you are my mate, I own you versus I want you to enjoy, and I'm going to get joy from other people appreciating you, and I'm going to get joy from you having joy. So maybe that's the topic. Polyamory ideas. I've had a number of times in my life when I felt like someone took an idea of mine. In 2001, I was living in a webcam house, and I started doing Hug Nation. I started doing these group digital hugs. And I also started doing, with the help of my partner and my housemates, group digital webcam orgies. We called it Globalgasm, and it was a very philosophical, spiritual concept. And because I was very attention seeking at the time, I was trying to get press and all sorts of things. And one day I wake up and a bunch of people are calling me saying, dude, Jay Leno during his Tonight Show monologue was talking about you last night. I was like, yes, all right. My dreams of becoming more known for whatever reason they're coming true. And so I find someone who's got it recorded and listened to it. And actually, he was talking about a copycat thing called the Global Orgasm Day. And when I went to look up Global Orgasm Day, it looked like they had took our tone and our verbiage directly from the globalgasm.com site. Globalgasm.com, mine. Global Orgasm Day, theirs. And I was pissed. Pissed. Luckily, I had good people around me who helped me learn some really important things, one of which is letting go of the importance of my idea. If I am attached to the idea of my idea being in the world, as opposed to the idea being in the world, well, then I'm working from ego. And maybe I'm not the right messenger. Maybe I need to work on why it has to be mine before I can be of service in a way where I'm part of a team of messengers. And that shifted like, oh, wait, no, all of these people we're not competing in a bunch of boats. We're all in a huge boat and we're all rowing in the same direction, trying to share openness, trying to share wisdom, trying to share connection, trying to crack people open and educate and enlighten. So after I kind of worked through that, I really let go of a lot of ideas. Famously, I am on the box cover of the Splat hair dye. You may have seen it in Walmart, in Walgreens. A lot of people ask me like, oh man, how much do you get paid for that? And the answer is zero. I made the decision that it would be more fun and more valuable, more priceless to have my face on a hair box all over the world than to try to get to negotiate and possibly lose that opportunity. And it has proven to be priceless. But there's been a number of things like that, and there's a few that happened this week, which is why this topic is on my mind. One happened this week. Someone just sent me a link to a TikTok of someone who had a heart light in their eyes. You may have seen pictures of portraits that we do at Pink Heart at Burning Man, where Aaron Dressen, he invented this heart light, which is like a ring light, except in the shape of a heart. So when you take a photo of someone, you see a little heart in their pupil. And someone sent me a video this week of a TikTok of someone actually doing that idea. And there was a part of me that was like, oh man, that's our idea. It's like, well, it's a beautiful idea. And maybe it's beautiful out there in the world. It's Aaron's idea, so it's his to defend. But I had to like, oh, it's good. It's not cool because it's mine. It's cool because it's cool. And Another one came up this week, which was First Saturdays, the homeless organization that I've been co-running for over a decade. We have been very kind of in just bare bones skeleton crew mode for the last year. And there's another group that had started saying, "Hey, can we join you?" And we're like, "Well, we're doing it really small, but if you want to join us, like." And then this weekend, their bare bones group turned into a huge group, and they had their own T-shirts, and it kind of, and there was this moment of feeling like, "Oh, they're taking over our thing," and I was kind of laughing at myself, like, "What? Like." We're only allowed to help homeless people if you do it knowing that I'm in charge. Like, that's crazy. It's not good because it's my idea or my thing. It's good because it's good. And if someone else is leading the charge and maybe wants to change the color on our banners or the name that we're doing under, should that matter to me? But it was a wonderful like ego check for me to be like, what is my problem with this? And so time will tell. I mean, maybe this means like, hey, there's enough momentum in this inertia and there's enough volunteers under this other banner that First Saturdays goes in another direction. Maybe closes its doors. It's been 11 years. Maybe you put energy elsewhere. It's not about my idea. It's about the idea. Maybe this is the best case scenario. I got enough people excited and trained enough people. Now there's ripples out there that have nothing to do with me. And that's kind of what I want to get to and get at, is that when letting go of the mine, and allowing things to be open source, there's this magical ripple possibility. But there was a few more this week that were like, that didn't even trigger me at all. I was just like, yes, this is so awesome that I'm living and having ideas open source. One was a woman who is a graduate of the Pink Path coaching program that I do. She is now doing her own teaching. And as part of one of her modules, she asked if she could quote me from something that was a part of the paid program that I teach. And I was like, please, I am a product of so many incredible teachers, and I try to give them credit when I can. Alan Watts, Jacob Glass, Byron Katie, Eckhart Tolle, Ram Dass. I mean, I'm probably just doing a book report on what I've learned from them over and over and over again. And so if I assemble that information and live some things and I can come out with something to share and it becomes something that is helpful for someone else to teach, it's not my idea, it's the idea. Yes, get it out there. And another one happened over the last few weeks. A friend of mine, and I had him in a Facebook Live recently, interviewed my friend Eric Karpinski, recently just came out with a book. And at his book launch party, he called me out and said, "Hey, we want to thank you for the idea of a belief buffet," which he used in like belief tools or something. Oh no, excuse me, buffet of tools or something like that. But this idea of a buffet, and he described it in ways that I often describe belief buffet, which is that, look, I got no agenda. I'm not attached to you believing me or taking any of this on. I'm laying out these ideas, and if they taste good or they look interesting, nibble, nibble, nibble. And if you like it, keep eating. But if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't taste good, spit it out. And so he took a little bit of that and it worked for him, and he made it his own and turned it into some other things. And hopefully that ripple will now hit more people. So I encourage you to think about, is this my idea or is this the idea? And are there ways that you can open source your life? There is a joy deeper than almost anything else when I see and witness those ripples gaining strength or impacting people, and I'm not even in the equation anymore. And I think that has a lot to do, or that comes back to my faith. Like, the world it's too much. There's too much to fix. But if you are open-hearted and loving and work on yourself and soften your edges and sand down your rough spots and try to listen and pay attention and share your truth and do the work of figuring out, is this me? Is this my patterns? Is this my upbringing? And as I get in tune with the loving, open, connecting thing that's in there and act in that place of kindness, if you just go, I trust that if I am in that place and being that thing and let those ripples out, they will affect the world as they should. Probably in ways that I can't even imagine. But it's not up to us to decide and force and push and coerce the way the ripples go or how we impact. It's up to us to be authentic and true and trust the ripples will hit exactly as they're supposed to. Maybe it's super duper subtle. Maybe it's going to be somebody reading Carpo's book who says, this is a load of crap. And then they go on to tweak the idea in a different direction and it becomes massively important and impactful and helps more people. I'm going to take that as a ripple. I'll take that. So hopefully you are feeling ripples right now, and hopefully, well, I know I am feeling ripples as they return. So thank you for being a part of this process of healing, growth, love, light, and connection. Thank you. I love you. So thank you so much. Send me a note about anything if you want. If I mentioned something and you didn't hear the details, whether that be mornings love or gratitude or Pink Path or Patreon, whatever. I'm just happy that you're out there and that you're you and you're being one of those examples that others can go, yes, I too can be more loving, open-hearted, and compassionate. Thank you for being you. I love you.